Alright, before I start the video, I just want to admit that my last video probably wasn't the best explanation video, and I'll try my best to make them better. So either way, here's a quick disclaimer. Anything provided in these tutorials are just for educational purposes only. The environment that we're practicing on is a CTF platform, so it's fine for the most part. So anyway, let's get started. So today's challenge that we're going to be doing is going to be called Cthulhu. I think that's how you say it. And if we look closely at this challenge, it gives us that mod security server is running on mod security cool rule set 3.1.0 with paranoid level 1, which is default. It is the latest now of 2019. Can you bypass this web application firewall? So I guess what we're asking ourselves is what is a WAF? So it helps protect against filtering and monitors between web applications. Protects against web applications such as XSS, file inclusion, and SQL injection. And what we're supposed to bypass is this specific version of mod security rule set. But what are we supposed to do with it? So for the most part, all we need to do is just, I guess, execute the query. That's all. So that's pretty simple for the most part. So how do you think we will do this? So a lot of people, like, you just want to make this query execute for the most part. So what a lot of people will do is just do like what they do, a comment right here. We press enter. Now we have like an empty string right here. Now we'll just do something like or 1 equal 1, and then what, percentage 23. And if we try that, we get forbidden. So I think that's the web application firewall in place. So we're asking ourselves, how do we bypass this? How do we get past this? So what you could do initially is what I usually do if it tells us the specific version, is look up if there's any way to bypass it. So I just copy this and then just look up bypass. And the very first thing pops up, bypass the latest 3.0 rules of SQL injection, and which is what we're going to use. So we get a bunch of payloads that we could use following these queries. So what I did initially was just copy these. So I just went right here, ID is equal to that, just to bypass, because if you look closely, it's the query is very similar. So it says right here, select first name, last name from user, where user ID, and then it has this. And then it's select ID, but this time it's only one, but we only want the ID to execute for the most part. And then the PW, so I don't think the PW will matter that much, it just wants the ID. So so it's the ID. But yeah, so we tried this one. Yeah. So we try this and you just press enter. And nothing happened for the most part. Yeah, nothing that's in. What if I type or? Yeah, nothing happened, or percentage 23. And because these are like ways to bypass this, and percentage 23, I think that won't work. Yeah, that didn't work. So that didn't work. Let's try this. If we try ID is equal to that. So this gets called by the filter, web application firewall. And let's try this one. So this one worked. Pretty interesting, huh? That's basically how you could solve this challenge. But like, I guess since we're cybersecurity students, let's take a look on what this is actually doing. So what we could do is just copy this payload for the most part, which is, I think we inserted from probably we copy this part, because this is what we're inserting. This or part is probably for something else. So anyway, let's go on SQL tester. I already have it right here for the most part, but let's do select and have these two values. So initially, this is the value before we put the or. The or we'll try explaining it later. So if we just do this, we execute it, we get 1. So for my guessing, this is an or statement. And if you guys know how or tables work, is that this comes out true if one of them is false, or one of them is true, that it comes out as true. Or if both of them as true and true, it comes out to true, and true is equal to 1. So we can just test it out even more by cutting it in half and see what this does. So select this specific value, and then I think I'll zoom in a bit. Select this value and then this. So let's see, it should come out to null. It comes out to null. So I guess we could assume it's a false. Now if we go back to here, if we do this, I'm guessing this should be 1. 1. So now we have an idea why this part works. So this just sets the ID equal to 1, or it sets it to true, I guess, for the most part. And now we have this OR value. So what we could do is just copy this, select ID, and just insert inside here. So now if we do this, but we just change this to MySQL test B, which is the database we're using. And then ID, whatever is that, and then PW, which will be first name because we don't have a PW on our end. Now if we run this, let's see what this happens. Execute SQL. And we see that it comes out as empty, but it still ran. So that means, because that's basically all we needed. Because if you look at results, oh, MySQL fetch array, MySQL fetch array, oh, the return value, the result is a return mode. Returns an array representing the differential null if there are no more, or false on failure. But in our case, it didn't fail. It just it only returns false for failure. But since our didn't fail, our actually executed for the most part. And this is all you needed for the challenge was for it to execute. Because if it's executed, that means it assumes it's true and it solves the challenge. So yeah, I'll probably need to do more research on what happens right here. But I'm guessing it just ignores it in a way. But I could be wrong. Or maybe this OR statement cancels out this AND. Or empty. But that's... Oh yeah, that kind of makes sense if you actually think about it. Oh no, but then and PW. Oh no, but yeah, wait, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Kind of, I don't know. Yeah, because it's or. So this is gonna be true, and then or, and then this I guess is true, and then and PW, and it's empty. I'm guessing that's true. So I guess it comes out to true. So yeah. Anyway, that was about it for this challenge. And yeah. Hopefully you guys learned something new. I'm sorry for my last video not being that great, and hopefully this gave you an idea. This is a better idea how to solve this challenge. But yeah, anyway, that was about it. Peace.